a true depression here. But we will survive together. We got to survive together. I don't know where 5 is. He's probably in a shed somewhere. But welcome to the Sunday Night Shit Show. We are here. We are not used to it, but that's how life goes. Welcome, my friends. Welcome each and every one of you for being here. I know some of you were here earlier, and it was bad. Steeler football did not thrive today. Justin Fields, it wasn't really his fault. Let's just put it this way. Don't bury it. Incinerate it, Isaac. You got to incinerate it. Ooh, what's on the table tonight? Well, it's a steamed Jaguar because Jacksonville is ass. But we'll get to that in just a moment. I'm still trying to figure out where 5 is. He's probably just doing his thing here, but I'm under the impression that he's probably jacking off or something. But we'll go on. The show will continue because I am a man of character. I am a man of word. I am a man of good faith. And there is no Nick Castellanos did a home run today. No baseball games tonight. I will say, though, we did have a blessing. Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco, the most elite man that has ever been. The man who has changed my Twitter account to a Joe Flacco account. This man was elite, mostly because the Steelers defense couldn't do jack shit. But we'll think of it that way. Joe Flacco is elite. It was elite. The only thing I can say is that Joe's elite. Manuel, I've been trying to text him. He's probably on his way. We'll see. We will definitely see. Oh, Browns. We're going to come to you. We're going to come to you. Give me a second, man. We're going to be here. We're going to go over all the games. We're going to go over them briefly, but all the stuff. Yeah. I had pizza. It was not fun. The pizza box, it converted 2 out of 3 times. The pizza box did convert. It was the 3rd time when Zach Frazier missed up the snap with Fields. Fields was trying to set up the team. He didn't realize it. That's the 2nd time this has happened this year. So mainly I can just go off about that, but I will say. But speaking of embarrassing, Dallas and New York, I'm a firm believer that this says more about Dallas than New York. If New York receivers could catch a football, if Daniel Jones could throw just a smidge more accurately, lead his receivers a bit further, New York wins this game. I told Scooter on clickbait this was going to be close. Look what happened. Look what happened. It was close. Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb were the only reasons they won this game. The defense is still iffy. Daniel Jones, that was just like a 4th quarter Hail Mary interception, so that doesn't really count. My question is, why did the Giants have such a bad running game? Dallas has been getting gashed in the run. Neither of these teams have a running game. I think that's a big concern. Dallas still doesn't have a wide receiver 2, although we in Pittsburgh have that in common. Let's be completely honest here. Malik Neighbors is still a beast, but he had a concussion. So my question is, what is football? I don't know what football is. I'm going to be quite frank. I don't know what football is. We're in a strange world, especially when the Minnesota Vikings go into Green Bay and they just pipe, and I mean pipe, the Green Bay Packers. It is 28-0 at the start of the 1st quarter. There is craziness abound. Jordan Love looks terrible. He comes back from injury. Doesn't look too good. Green Bay still can't kick a field goal. Braden Arvison is not good. I mean, but what can you really do there? Oh, by the way, Baltimore and Buffalo back again in the second half. Baltimore's up 21-3. They're kind of piping Buffalo, if I say so myself. Kind of piping Buffalo. Now that's just how life goes. Interception by Love, missed field goal, another interception. It was bad. 28-0. Tom was doing the whole Steelers wildcard game 2020 skill. It was not good. But the fact is, Minnesota nearly Viking this up because Green Bay had a furious comeback. I mean, it was more garbage time, but think about it. If Green Bay has a kicker that makes a field goal, if Jordan Love does not have a terrible interception, he tries to go for the arm punt, Hail Mary. If he doesn't do that, Green Bay wins this game. Now, Minnesota is 4-0. I'll give him credit there. I will also give credit to Sam Darnold, who has been incredible. But my question is, there are a lot of warts of Minnesota they need fixed. Their defense let off the gas. Jordan Love looked solid in the second half, but unfortunately, it's a 60-minute league. There's nothing much you can do there. It's, yeah. Oh, Jizz, be careful, buddy. That's a problem. Might have to get that checked, buddy. You have to get that checked, my dude. Have to get that checked. I'll get to your super chats in just a moment. I just want to go over the show itself, and then we'll go over them in some question. Denver, New York Jets. This is the greatest game of football I've ever seen in my life. The greatest game of football. I don't think it's going to be a greatest game. Bo Nix had -7 passing yards in the first half. He threw a passing touchdown. Look at these stats. I just want you to look at these stats. Fumble by Garrett Jones. Punt, 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 fumble. Actual points. This is like Purdue, Nebraska all over again, but Nebraska doesn't storm back and come back. Punt, 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 field goal. All the punting. It's anti-Washington Cincinnati. They're going to make up for all the punting that happened there. It's just the endless BS. But that's the only thing that I could say right now is that this was a wonderful game. Denver, the weather conditions were miserable. They practiced in a tennis court. It was Hurricane Helen. It was fun. Punt Mania is a fantastic game, sir. Universal Arcadia punt game is a fantastic, fantastic game. I'm trying to figure out where 5 is. I've been texting him for the last couple minutes. I'm just trying to. I'm under the assumption he's with a girl. We'll see. I mean, you never know. You never know. It was -6 yards actually for a bit. Oh, Jags fans not talking about it. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't want to talk about wild animals. Oh, let's go with Doug Peterson. It's kind of a strange question. Job stats, buddy. You're 0-4. Get the fuck out of here. You're 0-4. You're not worried about your job security? Man, I got to go over this game too. Because New York had an embarrassing loss, but that was arguably because of weather conditions, stuff like that. But I'm going to say here, Jacksonville, Houston was infinitely more embarrassing. Trevor Lawrence is still iffy. CJ Stroud did play plays when he needed to. Houston can't stop taking penalties. That is the big problem. This is another game where they have double-digit penalties. Yet they still won. And I think that says more about Jacksonville. And I think their play ended here. Oh, man, there's so much jizz fest. Woo! Be careful, man. The diddler. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, baby, baby. Here's your problem. You have time on the clock. Houston has 2 timeouts. You passed 2 times. What the fuck? Like, what are you doing? And 4th down, too. It's another situation like in Tennessee. Remember when they had the 4th and 1, they tried to run it up the middle? Same issue. Red zone issues again. They have been ruining Jacksonville for God knows how long. Look what happens. Look what happens. Oh, you just blinked and saw an illegal formation. Is your name Laramie Tunsil? I just need to ask, is your name Laramie Tunsil? You love seeing the laundry fly? Oh, dude, all the laundry. Come on, man. Come on. So Jacksonville, I got to be completely honest here, man. I'm not very happy with you. And you know what you did today?
I slammed my penis in the car door.
You slammed your penis in the car door.
Oh, baby. Let's go. Actually, yeah, there's somebody back there. Give me 1 second, kids. I have to take care of some personal business here. Who is actually? It'd be wise if I didn't do that section right there. Let's do this, and then I'll move to a different section. How about this? I'm sorry to do this. I thought I had a mod here, but I guess not. I just scrambled because I'm trying to figure out where 5 is. So forgive me and my complete unprofessionalism, especially in this sort of a scenario. Oh, dude, I've been taking a dump, my dude. I've been taking a dump for as long as I can remember. This whole stream is taking a dump. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? How much would you get if I listed an arrest warrant and probably a knock by the FBI? That's my thing here. Whew. Okay. Well, we do this in the live control room here. Sorry, Diddler. Your time has come. It is time to put you in the timeout. You're going in the corner. You think about what you've done. Get out of here. Oh, Lord, and I got a hundo. Hold on a second. Let's get rid of El Jizz Wizard. I love me some good shit posting, but, dude, it's you're breaking it. But we got to bring out the Jeebus. I think a lot of teams need the Jeebus. Jacksonville needs the Jeebus. 5 needs the Jeebus. Steelers need the Jeebus. We all need the Jeebus. We need so much Jeebus here right now. I mean, there's enough Jeebus to go around. So, Michael Horowitz, we'll get you. Bear the fuck down. Any thoughts on our dub? Defense did its job. Caleb did its job. It wasn't pretty. The offense still has a lot of issues, especially early in the first half. There's a lack of chemistry between Caleb and DJ Moore. But my belief is Caleb did his job. I can't complain. You got the win. And you know what? The Rams are dead. You got to take your wins when you can. You're back to 2-2. You're in good shape. So you know what? No complaints. I'll take the money and run, man. That's what I would say. But we'll definitely see. I think you need a little more time. It's just the growing pains of a young quarterback. The thing, like, Caleb showed me more today, I believe, than he did, like, the last few weeks. Just because he was throwing in tight windows. He led the team. He game managed. So, honestly, I would take that. I would take that with him. Shows progress. You know, that's the kind of game that a young quarterback needs to win. And he did it. Mainly what I would say there. But we will keep going in the meantime. Actually, speaking of which, let's go over a certain LAR and Chicago. The Rams didn't really do much in this one. As I said, their team's dead. Matthew Stafford, he was just getting beaten up in the pocket all day. Caleb Williams, it was ugly early on. DeAndre Swift, they were talking about reducing his role, and he goes out and produces like one of the best games he's had in his best game as a Bear. Almost 100 yards rushing, 72 yards. But as I said, clamped it down. Stafford was just haunted in the pocket. Nothing to do there. So mainly that's what I have to say about that. I mean, Rams tried to come back. It wasn't enough. Bears win. They get a much needed win. They keep alive. But I will say one more time. New Orleans, Atlanta. Well, Kevin, it's not just Aaron Donald. They're also missing Puka Nacua. They miss Darius Williams. They miss Cooper Kupp. They have a ton of their offensive lines out. And a lot of their defenders, too. Like, their whole team's wrecked. They miss everybody. You know, gritty football game straight out of, like, 1980, dude. You kidding me? Woo. Definitely so, bro. Here we go. Jacobs893. Should I be happy the Vikings didn't blow the lead? I felt so disgusted. I mean, that is alarming. I mean, the fact that Green Bay was nearly able to come back there in a different situation, you blow that game, it shows a lot of warts about the Vikings. And then you are 4-0. I'll give you credit there. You do have a lot of highlights, but at the same time, it's somebody's getting yelled at in film. I think more than a few people are getting yelled at in film. And I believe it looks like that the Ravens are starting to take care of some business right here. But Crimson, is Washington actually good? I don't know. That's the scary part. Because Washington is I don't know. I mean, they look good. I mean, not the hardest schedule in the world, but I said, like, look, you take the opponents in front of you. They crushed Arizona. They beat the Giants. They beat the Bengals. So you know what? They're in decent territory. But let's go over Saints real quick. Saints Falcons. New Orleans has at least 3 or 4 games they inexplicably blow a year. This is one of those games. Derek Carr with a terrible pass that's deflected in the air for an interception. And not just that, we also have the blocked punt. Come on. Usually I'll be doing this on the sidewall 5 stalking, but unfortunately, ingenuity is the cause of wit, if I believe myself. No, muffed puntins. Here. Falco Balcons. Here's your play. And it's the Kenny Albert play. Rashid Shaheed, he messed it up. He had a bad play, and the Falcons recover. Touchdown. Dude, that is a fist bump. That is a celebration right there, man. Look at that energy he has. Bam. And then just goes back. Dude, that is beautiful. That is just beautiful stuff, if I say so myself. Just tremendous. But, I mean, Saints kept it close. They tried. Had a failed conversion, 4th down, but they were able to get the touchdown there. Chris Olave, big plays too. But once again, this is a game the Saints should have won. And they found ways to piss it away. I couldn't tell you. But, I mean, the NFC South, it's a fun division. But I will say, put some respect on Younghoe Koo. The Atlanta Legends legend. 58 yards. It is in a dome, but it's Younghoe Koo. Guides it. It's good. And guess what? Falcons win. The Falcons escape at the last moment. I think they've only they're 2-2. It is the weirdest 2-2 I've ever seen, but they're 2-2. They're with the Saints. The Bucs are slowly behind too. So you know what? Atlanta's got a fighting chance. And that's honestly all you need, especially with the Falcons. Cincinnati, Carolina, up next. Oh, actually, Arthur Lemke, love you, Tree. How about my Vikes? I mean, that was, do you think they could have done a little less interesting for the ending? If I say so myself. Just asking for a friend. And Carolina blood, Dave Canales is him. I mean, Andy Dalton has done good stuff for that offense. I mean, Carolina just doesn't have the firepower to keep up with the Cincy. But if you're Cincy, I'm concerned. Joe Burrow had to have a near Herculean effort to win. Your defense is still trash. Jamar Chase had a big play, but the 63-yarder. I mean, the offense just had the power, but your defense is you gave up 100 yards to Chuba Hubbard. Andy Dalton looks solid. Your real test is next week against Baltimore. And if you don't do that, guess what? You're SOL. That's your true test. You are out of 0-3. I'll give you credit there. But once again, if you're going to have problems with the Carolina Panthers, if you're having trouble with those teams, you're giving up 375 yards to them. What happens with Baltimore? Are you going to find a way to blow that, or are you going to be able to survive? And 09 Scherzo, does anyone know how to football good consistently? No. Buffalo maybe if they can come back. And knowing it's Baltimore, I mean, it is 10-21. They have the ball back. Baltimore could choke this. They're good for choking. 18-point leads are amateurs play for Baltimore. Very, very amateurs play. Allen's going to roll out of the pocket, far side. Tries to look. He'll just throw it away. 8:48 left in the third quarter there. Christopher Bond, Scooter will be insufferable, even though the Cowboys should have lost. Chiefs defense is just clamping down, and clickbait lost this week. Go Chiefs. Clickbait did lose. Think about it this way. Scooter was the only team that won today. Actually, Brandon won too, surprisingly. But yeah, Scooter is a thing. Now we have to ask the question: is Washington good? Washington actually looks solid. Oh, don't worry. Oh, Luke, Cleveland's coming. They're coming, dude. And can you ask Grosky how much KC paid the scriptwriter? They Venmoed him at least $500. Ooh, what a nice catch by Khalil Shakir. That's Keon Coleman. Nice catch. Even in wins, Brandon loses? Yeah, it's Sugar Kim, are you saying they're 3.6 Runkin? Is that what you're saying? Possibly. I did want to say, I mean, Jaden Daniels looks fucking good. I mean, I'm not even going to beat around the bush. Jaden Daniels looks fucking good. I have no complaints about him whatsoever. Washington looks like a team revived and is without Dan Snyder. So Dan Snyder, go fuck yourself, buddy. Have fun. Have absolute fun with that. Absolutely and fine. Oh, okay. 5 finally responded. He passed out. Okay. We got to make sure we give him shit. He just texted me a few minutes ago. So that's where 5 was. He was probably smoking weed and in a shed. I get it. He's with a hot girl. I understand. But that's mainly all I could say. Yep, he was napping. I thought he was I thought he was with a girl. So you know what? That's fine. But I mean, Washington just dominated. That's the only thing you can really say here. Just Arizona just had nothing, and the Commanders are leading the NFC East. And I brought up Soaring Eagle first. It's a 50 bone. Let's put out the Jeebus. Praise the Jeebus. Washington definitely has the Jeebus on their side. Arizona needs the Jeebus. I say this, and I 100% mean it. The Washington Commanders are winning the NFC East. I can't blame you. I mean, the Commanders look like the best team in the NFC East, and that is unbelievable to say. Philly can't get out of their own way. Dallas looks flawed, and the Giants are the Giants. I couldn't tell you. Like, it's fucking crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And King Steph, what's up, my tree? How's it going? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm waiting for 5 to get here with his old ass. Well, actually, 5's out of it. He's exhausted. All right. Well, he's 5's not coming on. Five will not be coming on. We gotta, you know what? Just for that, we bring out the derp song. We're bringing out the derp song because 5's not here. Sorry, man. 5, you're gonna do this, buddy. You have an agreement. And the Ravens recover a fumble. Ooh, Kyle Hamilton. Okay. Come on, man. Come on. And Kyler did the fumble, but it was already over, man. It was just it's 450 yards. Just a juggernaut show. San Francisco, same thing. New England is dead. San Francisco's dead too, but New England is even more dead. Jacoby Brissett is dying for our sins. He is dying in the pocket. This is Jacoby Brissett right now. He is in this road. He is in the ride that never ends. This is Jacoby Brissett. He is on the ride that never ends. He is dying for our sins. I did not mean to do that. Repeat. Get out of here, derp song. Derp, get out of here. Get out of here. Shoo. Oh, I bet this is probably what 5 was doing anyway. He was smoking the weed. He was smoking that weed. And Crew Kid 52, hey Tree, why do you think God hates the Giants? Simple. Because you got rid of the wrong man. Do you miss him yet? I'm doing that because 5's not here. I'm sorry. And this might be his Mets tomorrow. If you've seen the division issue right now. If Arizona is in the balance, if the Mets sweep, they and Arizona make it. If the Braves sweep, they and Arizona make it. If they split, the Mets and Braves both make it. It's beautiful. And Mr. Breadcrumb, Ravens fans here, armed with 2 bottles of heart medication, who will be the first team to give Kansas City a loss? Just watch it be someone random. Just watch it be. Let's look at their schedule real quick. So we'll go over Kansas City. Kansas City is full of the bullshit. It's the Deus Ex Machina all over the place. Just watch it be the Raiders. Remember, the Raiders were the last team to beat the Chiefs. Just saying. Saints are going to find a way to piss it away like always. Then the bye week. Then the Niners. They'll find a way to beat them. And then the Raiders. It's going to be the Raiders. Just watch. Or the Broncos. The Broncos broke their streak earlier. Just saying. And King Henry's rumbling again. He's just rumbling left and right. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, he fell asleep watching Murder, She Wrote. No, he fell asleep watching Up in Smoke. He has slammed his penis in the shed door. Mainly so. Benjamin Jones was watching Philly media after my Bucks baked the Eagles, and the salt is glorious. LFB and fire the cannons. Yep. I mean, hey, Bucks played well. Baker Mayfield looked like absolute ass. Well, I mean, he did not look ass. Jalen Hurts looked like ass. The Eagles look like ass. And my question is, why aren't you running with Saquon? He's your best offensive weapon. I know you don't have your receivers. I know you have issues on your line. You do have Lane Johnson, who's out with a concussion. Why not use Saquon? Oh, yeah. Nick Sirianni, you're not prepared? Sure. It's Nick Sirianni. Nick Sirianni, you are a clown. And I expected nothing else from you, especially with the way you guys were talking shit this past week. Nick Sirianni on the side. Nick Sirianni, if Jason Kelce never existed, dude, popcorn's too nice for him, man. That would imply he would fumble the popcorn. Here we go. Apparently, he only had 2 carries on the team's first 3 drives. He screwed them from the get-go. Like, that's your problem. That's your problem right there. It's embarrassing. But speaking of Kansas City, they pulled out the bullshit. The Chargers have more pain. Justin Herbert, I think he re-aggravated his ankle injury. They were down a bunch of players. No Joe Alt, no Rashawn Slater, no Joey Bosa. Quentin Johnston, he was there. I expect a little more out of him. Justice Hill. Ooh, Justice Hill. What a move. Ooh, Justice Hill. Talk dirty, son. Damn. That is some great moves by Justice Hill. Great spin, great elusiveness. I mean, that's outstanding. Jeez. Man, oh man, oh man. Well, dog, we'll get to that. We'll get to Cleveland. We've got that game left. Then we'll get to the Super Chats. We'll do one more in the meantime. Here we go. Michael Lorm. The Browns let go of Flacco and Mayfield for the rapist Deshaun. Cleveland fans are punching the air right now. This game was not on Deshaun. And I know it's weird to say, but Deshaun was not problem 1. He wasn't problem 2. I don't think he was even problem 5. And Lamar Jackson leaps in for a touchdown. It's 28-10. Paper Tiger Ravens. Every time. Watch them find a way to blow this game. And Justin Ziegler. Nick Sirianni after the game. I knew we were not ready for the game. As an Eagles fan, I'm pissed. If he isn't gone tomorrow, time to tank. Oh, dude, you and Jacksonville fans entirely. I think Doug Peterson, I mean, he has to get fired, right? Shad Khan saying this is the best team he's ever had. Where's your best team? It's embarrassing. It's a joke. And Justin Silverman, Steelers defense and coaching shit the bed. Good news is that I think Justin Fields has his breakout game, though, on the bright side. I think Justin, with the Steelers, the whole team played like shit. The fact that you were even close to that game was, I mean, that was just surprising in general with how flat they came out in the first quarter. Their defense did not look good. All the Colts did was run to the weak side. They ran to the weak side. They neutralized TJ Watt. That's the way you win. You've pretty much just done the whole. And I didn't think losing Alex Highsmith would be that bad. I know Nick Herbig is a good pass rusher, but he must have had issues in the run blocking game because Jonathan Taylor just went ham until he got taken out by injury. So it was just a sloppy game. But, I mean, Fields had his issues too. Like, he had his, dirt moment like he did in Chicago, ran backwards, fumbled the ball at the 50. And not to mention as well the botched snap and the final drive, which pretty much killed all momentum. But I don't know if the issue there was Zach Frazier or Fields. So I can't blame 50-50. And Kevin Wong is still got Super Bowl. Yes, we go Super Bowl. We always get Super Bowl with pizza and Jeebus and Super Bowl. And Pax take him, at least the Browns lost. Yes, that's definitely so. Speaking of the Browns. My God. My fucking God. You lost to a Raiders team without Max Crosby and Devontae Adams. You suck. We are bringing back American jobs. Honest, good God, blue-blooded American jobs. The factory of sadness is being reopened. And it's reopening in Cleveland. Cleveland with another embarrassing loss. And your game ended. And I know exactly where it ended. Let me show you. It happened here. This 82-yard pass by Amari Cooper. It was a great play by Deshaun. Wide open Amari Cooper runs down the seam flat side for the far side for the touchdown. Hold on. Flag. We can't have Deshaun do anything good in 2024. That's holding on the Browns. And that killed the drive. And they kept punting. And Gardner Minshew wasn't even good. Like, this shouldn't have even been close because the Ravens fucked the ball. I mean, not the Ravens. The Raiders fucked the ball. It was a fumble return, and they missed the kick. Dustin Hopkins and the Browns just find ways to Brown. It's amazing. Like, Baker Mayfield looks like a great quarterback now. Deshaun Watson looks like Cam Newton without the likability. And I believe this interception was from a deflection, so I couldn't tell you there. I mean, whatever reason, it's chugging for me right now, but it's that's just how the life goes, kids. That is just how the life goes. Amari Cooper, I don't know what it's doing. I don't know what it's doing. Calling the touchdown interception. Yeah, this is the let me show you the uncalled 80-yard play. This is the 80-yard play for Deshaun. Look at him read the pocket. Look at him step up and pressure. Finds a great play, and he finds Amari Cooper. And he had it wide open. And let me show you where it ends. Where does the hope end? Let me show you where this ends. It's looking good now. No flag. No flag. Actually, the flag part, that was when everything ended. But look at him step up in the pocket. This is actually a really good play. Steps up in pressure when he needs to. Finds the open man in the crossing route. Amari Cooper wide open. Nobody touching him. Blown coverage. That was a good play by Deshaun. As I said, Deshaun was not the problem here. Deshaun was not the problem. Here we go. Progress from Caleb Williams. What do you think of his performance in the Bears offense? Also, Fields good. Caleb Williams did show progress. He did what he needed to do to win. And honestly, that's the first time he's done that all year. So, you know what? I take that and run. I think that was a good game. I think that was good for him. And honestly, Fields, I liked what I saw to Fields for the most part. He does have his warts, but at the same time, it's like, I think you run with Fields. I think at this point, you ride the hot hand. That's how I feel about Fields. And Yankee Lover's a Finns fan. I miss Jay Fiedler. Jay Fiedler. Ooh. Jay Fiedler wasn't bad. So I wouldn't say that's a terrible thing. But I will say that about Jay Fiedler. Ooh. Jay Fiedler was a thing. You're starting Tyler Huntley, Pro Bowler Tyler Huntley. So you have a Pro Bowler coming in. It's going to be Tyler Huntley versus Will Levis. Oh, God. You are so fucked. And then because you didn't get that extra point, now you have to go for it. And Deshaun just got eaten alive. And Brown's Brown, as always. Brown's just Brown. What can I say? What can I say? And Soaring Eagle at ESPN Draft Nerd, do you want to talk about it? They'll blame the weather. I know exactly what they're going to do. Allen throws it. Oh, it's another nice catch by Keon Coleman on the sideline. Not bad. Blinky for 5. Hey, Tree Vikings fan here. I don't care what our record is or the score it shows. We won. I'm holding my breath, dude. I mean, I don't blame you. Win's a win, but it should not have been anywhere near that close. Justin Ziegler, I didn't have the guys ready to start. You are a head coach. This is your job. Locale of the week. Fire Nick tomorrow. Keep him in tank. Yeah, I mean, Sirianni's a clown. He is a clown. And censored 1080 people point fingers at the refs aiding the Chiefs. I point my finger at Jim Harbaugh racing 2 timeouts before the final 5 minutes. Yeah, I mean, Harbaugh, like he just got beaten by attrition. The Chiefs just beat him down, whittled to submission. But, I mean, honestly, they weren't doing anything. Like, they were just getting eaten. And what happened was, they did have their final timeout, but once again, it's Chiefs did what they needed to do. I can't fault them for that. They did what they needed to do. Simple as that. Saints and Steelers shooting themselves in the foot. Oh, dude, Jonathan Boudreaux. Saints do that all the time. Welcome to the club, buddy. Peter Madsen, are my Commanders good? Yeah, I mean, I'm worried about that too because the Commanders have looked really good. They're 3-1. They are 3-1. And I know you say you are your record. That's what Bill Parcells always said. But you have a 3-1 team in the Commanders up there with the Buccaneers and the Vikings. 1 month in, who the hell saw that? Pat a Cat 116 for $7.99. Can't wait for the talking heads to say Joe Burrow got bailed out by his defense today because this is how his shit goes. I mean, I agree because their defense sucked. Joe Burrow had a great game again. And, Fred Warner is also out for the 49ers. So, everybody's dead. I forgot to mention that. So now this is an even bigger issue for San Francisco because Fred Warner is out. That's alarming. That is not good. Michael Horwitz, are you saying the Bears lucked out? No, I'm not saying they lucked out. I'm just saying they played an ugly game, but they won out in the end. They gritted it out. I can't fault them for that. But the Rams are kind of a dead team. They just are injured to hell. Brandon Brock for 20. Apologize if we talked about this already, but Caleb Williams showed some progression today. Took what the defense gave him and didn't try to play hero ball as much. If he gets better at the deep ball, the Hopium will be insane. That's what I'm saying. He showed the progress that he needed to make. He got them to the win. He did what he needed to do. He took what was in front of him. He's evolving as a quarterback, and I'll take that, especially if I'm a Bear fan. We just want to see that stories of progress. It wasn't pretty, but he got the win. That's all I can say. Binkler for 2, my Saints 9-8 season, loading, hail to the mid. Oh, dude. When the mid goes marching in, especially Binkler. Can the Bears still make the NFL playoffs? Oh, yeah. 2-2. It's always possible. I agree. I have them in the playoffs. And Brandon Brock, Bears seem to do this a lot. Once we hate everyone as far as it can go on the coaching staff, they start playing better and minimal hope is back. I mean, well, I think the Eberflus and Shane Waldron hate will start to die down a bit, but they still should have beaten Indianapolis last week. Like that was bad. 1991 Petrolhead. Can the Saints fire Mickey Loomis already? No. Gail Benson is too much loyalty. So he'll have it till retirement. Sorry, 1991. Clementine, at least Kevin Stefanski's greed didn't cost you. I mean, it's Kevin Stefanski. I mean, Joe Flacco brought you to the playoffs last year. And I know they're injured to hell. Their offensive line just got wrecked more. Ethan Pochich is out now. But Cleveland, you're in deep shit. You're in very deep shit. And Jacobs 893, you know what they say? All's well that Boswell. Yep. Rico Costa for 20. Fields was excellent in this game, but the mistakes of those around him lost the game. Botch snap at the end was Frazier's fault. Pickens fumbled. Yep. Porter missed 2 INTs, and he also missed that first pass. That if he were just to step back further or jumped a bit like earlier, might have been able to get. And the D was asked for most of the game. Yeah, the defense was the problem. They came out flat. Fields did what he needed to do. He was okay. He was able to drive the offense. I think the problem is, too, the Steelers didn't have much of a running game. Like, Cordell Patterson did a little bit till he got injured, but Najee didn't have much room to run. They were getting dominated in the trenches, which is extremely alarming because the Colts are without DeForest Buckner. They had an injured Latu, and they had a few other injuries on that defense. Kenny Moore was out too, and they couldn't get separation. So I couldn't tell you. I mean, I don't know how much of that's on Fields. I don't know how much of that's on Smith. Tyler Bass out to kick a 48-yard field goal to start the fourth quarter, by the way. Uxinator, Bucks-Eagles game. The Eagles looked bad, and Tyler Bass just fucked the ball. It is no good. It's the weather, man. The weather. And Steel fan, you think Steelers got it against the Cowboys, or we go 9-8 Super Bowl? Hey, we could still beat the Cowboys and still go 9-8 Super Bowl. There's still a chance. We'll see. Still a chance. Trail Mix Blazer is a Washington fan. This is the first time I've had legitimate hope for this franchise in over a decade. It feels surreal. Yeah. My hope is that they just don't RG3 him. I mean, he looks like he could be special. So take care of him. And the defense looks good too. Very good. Lord Volcom, tell him to get his old face in here. I tried. He's too exhausted. He's being a bitch. Being a bitch. Jesse Kunkowski for 5. Thank you, brother. Isaac Kong for 5. Was the Patriots won in week 1 a fluke? The problem with week 1 is that there's a lot of fluky stuff that happens. Remember, in 2020, I think it was Jacksonville won their first game against Indianapolis and then lost every single game after. So it's very possible that it's just like a week 1 sort of thing. Week 1's always known for a lot of weird results just because it's the beginning of the year. Who knows? But once again, you have to remember, New England's pretty much dead. No Christian Barmore. Matthew Judon got traded. Christian Gonzalez is coming off a major injury, but he's been doing okay. Jawan Bentley is out for the year, and that's going to be huge for them. So, like, their defense is wrecked. They have no offensive line, and Jacoby Brissett's dead. Jesse Gronkowski, was this week a bad omen for the Steelers? It just felt like a weird game. I thought that the Steelers would have won. I didn't think they would come out that flat. That was embarrassing. And Asher Virani, your videos make me laugh so hard. Keep doing what you're doing. Please make a legacy of failure for the Los Angeles Clippers. Also, should the NFL host a game in India or Pakistan? Ooh. Do you have any premium football arenas or cricket arenas there? That would be the way you get an NFL game. I feel like they're going to be more inclined to get Japan and China before India and Pakistan. At least that's how I feel. They're going to want to get Africa too. They're going to get Egypt, South Africa, or maybe even Nigeria. I think they would go for one of those three nations. Nigeria, especially because there's a lot of NFL players with Nigerian background or heritage. So I think they'll do a lot of that too. And Derrick Henry is rumbling down the field. He is going nonstop. Still rumbling near the goal line down to the 1. King Henry is alive. King Henry is fucking shit up. He will take no prisoners. 184 yards for Derrick Henry. Oh my God. I know the Bills are battered on defense, but Jesus Christ. Just keep doing that, Ravens. That's all you have to do. Jared Dwayne asks, how do you fix the Raiders offense? They look terrible. And your World Series prediction? I still got to think about my World Series prediction. I'll have the haters got out on Tuesday. I can't release it on Monday because A, I'm working on sports ball, and B, I'm still waiting on a few of the playoff seats. Arizona, New York Mets, and Atlanta still fighting for 2 seats, so I can't do anything about that. I'll still work on it, though. But how do I fix the Raiders offense? I don't think a quarterback change alone is going to do it. I think the problem is it's structural, and I don't know how you fix that. Devontae Adams is probably getting traded at the deadline. As I said, I don't know. I don't know how to fix that. I haven't seen enough of the Raiders to really get a glance of what's their issue. I mean, I feel like it's an everything problem. I'm going to be completely honest. James Carlisle, how optimistic should I be as a Washington fan? Ooh, deflected by Zay Rashad Bateman, incomplete. You should have a cautious optimism right now. I think you're doing well. I'm thinking, okay, you have a reason to be excited right now, but I think you need to temper down a little bit. It's like, okay, we're doing well. I want us to just take it 1 week at a time. That's the way I feel about Washington. Decade not available. Sirianni is an ass coach. Oh, yeah, he is. Red Pill Freedom need a greatest game video for Broncos Jets. I just don't know if I have the time this week. It's not just that. I've got NHL haters got to work on too, and sports ball. So unfortunately, not much there. Philly B, slight detour. Pitt 4-0. Hail Pitt. I mean, pick on a Pitt. Pick on a Pitt, dude. Hey, but we play North Carolina. North Carolina is a notorious trap game for Pitt football. So I couldn't tell you. Daniel Wilson is someone from the North Carolina foothills with family in East Tennessee. I appreciate your support for the area. If you weren't, I was doing a stream earlier today with Steelers Colts. I was doing a donation for Operation Airdrop. The link is still available in that stream. That it was just to support the people that are affected by Hurricane Helene in Western North Carolina and Eastern Tennessee. There are a bunch of areas that are just wiped off the map, and it's sobering to see. I mean, the area's destroyed. Dam failures, catastrophic landslides. It's going to take a long time before we even come close to realizing the damage. I mean, I don't know what else to say. So just keep them in your thoughts and prayers. And the only thing we can do is give monetary support. I gave $500 myself, so it's at least I can do, unfortunately. And Pickens forgot you have to firmly grasp it. I mean, I don't know what he was trying there. He already had the first down, but what do I know? Derrick Henry rumbling and stumbling. He gains 1. Ooh, decade not available. Party with Diddy or get a massage with Deshaun. Ooh. At least I'm not the one doing the massaging, I guess. I feel like if I party with Diddy, I get arrested. And Chase, at least we got the Guardians. I mean, hopefully you get the hitting, consistent hitting besides Noel, Manzardo, and Jose Ramirez. That pitching is fucking amazing, especially that bullpen. Oh, dude, Emmanuel Clase. Good night. Nick Kovac, did Adam die or something? Apparently he is exhausted and passed out. Yeah, he's fucking a chick on the side. Opie fumbled, but it's recovered in the end zone. Did the Bills get it? I think the Bills may have gotten it. I think the Ravens may have fucked the ball. I think the Ravens are calling touchdown. Several Ravens are calling touchdown. They're all saying touchdown. Yep, they're calling touchdown. Fat guy touchdown for Patrick Ricard. I mean, hey, I'll take it. Dumb Gamers 22. Also, what's been more detrimental to their team? The Texans O-line or the Browns ineptitude? Ooh, that's a tough call. I would say Browns ineptitude. I mean, the Browns are injured to hell, but that Texans O-line, they need to get that penalties done intact. Like it feels like they're being run by Tom Cable with how bad they are. Drew Cashel, Mariner High School in Everett, Washington has been a joke, and the entire state of Washington has been outscored 203-6 in their first 4 games. Jesus. Let's go, UW. We need a Commanders versus Steelers Super Bowl. Oh, the commie Steelers. As long as we can call them the Deadskins again, I will accept. Justin Tucker kick is up and good. Inch on DN had to not interested your Twins video. I can't watch it yet. I don't blame you, dude. I don't blame you. It's the Twins just they fucking collapsed. That was embarrassing. And they traded my cat. I mean, but you did get Dante DiVincenzo and Julius Randle in the first. But my question is, like, is this an issue with, like, him and Gobert not piecing together, or is it just, like, an issue with the cap? Because I know, like, they're due for a lot of contracts. I think that's probably why they traded them. Vikings keeping Minnesota afloat this week, and they barely did, especially with that issue they had. Sports Ball Otaku, Broncos Jets will have to be separated. As I said, I hope I have the time, but we'll see. Eelmaster 1, Darnold, unironically, an MVP frontrunner. Yeah, I mean, he really is. He looks really good. We'll go over the stat leaders real quick. If you look at the stat leaders, especially for QBR, Sam Darnold is going to be on that list. QBR, here are your ratings. Josh Allen, Andy Dalton, Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, Daniels is going to be up there too. Lamar Jackson is going to be up there as well. Josh Allen's just a fire god. But, I mean, I think that'll probably go down just because he's getting clamped by this line. But Sam Darnold is an MVP candidate. It's not even a joke. He's that good. And Sam Haskell's commies in January. Well, I think they were more into revolutions in November or technically October. But commies in January, I mean, you never know. I mean, they're looking like they could. And Michael Yench, how far can my Padres make it this year in the playoffs? I think they could go far. I think they have probably some of the best all-around team in the league. And as long as Robert Suarez doesn't randomly implode, I think the world's your oyster. And I know that's weird to say, but, I mean, I think this might be your best shot. And I thought last year was your best shot, but, I mean, this year has been pretty good to you guys. I'm impressed. Edric Jackson, it sounds crazy, but to me, offense and special teams on Green Bay failed the defense today, especially during the first half. I mean, you aren't wrong. Missed kicks, interceptions, muffed punts. I mean, dude, you aren't wrong. The defense was exhausted. The offense shit the bed. Luke the Dude for 5. I always love tuning in, hoping my Ravens don't Raven. In the meantime, which coaches do you believe are in the hottest of hot seats? Doug Peterson and Nick Sirianni. Those are the two. Stop right there. You're done. David R for 5. Worst part of the Chiefs game? Mahomes likely blew Rashee Rice's ACL trying to tackle on the interception. Yeah. Oh, dude. Patrick Mahomes is injuring his own receivers and still finding a way to win. That's the crazy part. And now it's going to be on the load of Juju Smith-Schuster, Sky Moore, and Xavier Worthy. Here. This is what happened. He's trying to deflect. The fumble's down. Yet he runs into his knee inadvertently, and that's what caused the tear. You can see it's just like it just moves awkwardly, and he just pushes it back, and that is a brutal way to go. That is a brutal way to end your season. That's just awful. Off topic from football, but do you think Baldelli is the main issue with the TC ownership? Ownership's your main problem. They got cut $30 million. I think it was 35 from the payroll. They did nothing at the deadline. They didn't open the purse books when you had a quality team. And honestly, it should be on the GM for building an injury-prone roster. Byron Buxton, Royce Lewis, and Carlos Correa are great players, but they can't stay healthy. And then what the problem is with your pitching staff, Joe Ryan went down, and then you had to resort to a bunch of rookies that shit the bed. You have Sonny Gray, you make the playoffs. Inch on DM, Con Henry has found a new horde to back him. Oh, dude, he's destroying worlds right now. He's destroying worlds. Jared Oberfeld, who's locale of the week? The Giants for losing to the Cowboys or Ole Miss for losing at home to Kentucky? I got to think of locale of the week. I mean, there's still plenty of games to go. And Oscar Piastri, 180 yards, and the low boys couldn't afford him. Oh, dude. Remember, they couldn't afford him because they're paying Trey Lance $5 million guaranteed to be QB3. And they also kick the can down the road with Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. If they do Dak Prescott, they get him for $55 million, or they more proactive, guess what? They might have been able to do something. But not much you can there. Yep, let's go UW. Peterson is somehow surprised people are asking about his job. I don't think he finished the season, dude. I'm surprised he lasted this week with how bad they were this year. Like, Jesus Christ, that was embarrassing. That was fucking embarrassing. And it got even worse. It's bad. And decade not available. Royals win the World Series and Chiefs win Super Bowl in the same time frame. Yeah, I can die a complete man. I mean, dude, it's Penguins won Stanley Cups, Steelers won Super Bowls, and I will probably never see the Pirates win shit. So that's how life goes. Flambeau 1, 2, 3. Jordan Buff both kept us in the game and lost it for us. Also, how far do you think the Brewers can go? Depends how their hitting goes. They've been hitting below the Mendoza line or near the Mendoza line as a unit in September. If they don't get that fixed, they're in deep shit, especially with that pitching. Even with that pitching, no Yelich is going to kill them. I mean, the only real consistent hitters right now are Adames, Contreras, and Churio. If you don't get anyone else, you might not make it past the wild card. And I hate to say it, but it's true. High King Fainer, Alpha Chatham, Middle Bills, Frauds. Nah, these games happen. It's like the Steelers game. Like, it happens, you wash it off, you fight next week. That's all you can do. Jared Froman, Detroit Tigers look like a team that will either get knocked out in the wild card round or will make a Cinderella run to the World Series. I hope they make a Cinderella one. Nobody wants Houston to win. Nobody does. Come on. It's going to be a little return there, I believe, by I can't see the number. It's Deontay Hardy. Ooh. And Dumb Gamer, also the Strouds are going to be the first team to beat the Chiefs. Why? Because it helps Tom's scriptwriter series. No, I still say Raiders. It'll be Raiders for no goddamn reason. And Zach Crosby, the Cowboys have $27 million in cap space. Don't listen to Jerry and his lies. But they can't afford him, Zach. Don't you know? They can't afford Dak Prescott. Nobody can afford Dak Prescott. And HFA Recon, I honestly don't care if we get swept. The fact that the Royals made the playoffs after losing over 100 games last season is truly remarkable. I mean, you're right. The Ravens, the Orioles, they've had a skid. They lost 11-16. It's a winnable series for you. My question is, does the hitting continue to go on that drought, or do they find a way to get out of it? Because if you can't, it's going to be long. I feel like Baltimore might be a better opponent than Houston, just because like Baltimore has some holes. Houston, more or less, it's starting rotation depth. But otherwise, guys, one more sneaking in. Darian, hey, Tree, I'm a basketball guy. What do you think of the Cat for Randall trade? Seems to me like shifting chairs on the Titanic. I don't know. Knicks are trying to compete with Boston. That's the thing. They want a bigger big, even though Randall was really good last year. But they want that high-priced big. The Knicks have always been about stars, and they're trying to get their stars. Nothing much to say about that. But otherwise, guys, come on. Tyler 40 for 20 bones. As a Cowboys fan, it pains me to see what we decided to pay Dak this soon. Just seems like Jerry doesn't understand that almost a decade of the same players doing the same thing is insane. Yeah. I mean, as I said, it's insanity. Insanity's doing the same thing over and over again. That's Dak Prescott. America. There's a lot of football going on. How does football? What does football? There's a lot of football. Oh, dude, it's Luke the Dude. It's the Cowboys are just collecting super chats right now. They're going to run a GoFundMe to pay King Henry. Oh, dude, Fred B, don't worry about it, man. I appreciate you all for joining me. 1,100 people are watching me ramble. 5 was supposed to be here, but unfortunately, he decided to get exhausted and probably go out on a hot date. He was nothing wrong with that. The commies will win the East. Okay. Are we in Stalingrad again? All right. Jesse Gunkowski, the only good thing the Astros do consistently is piss on the hopes of Yankees fans. Dude, if the Astros find a way to beat the Yankees again, good Lord. That's going to be fucking hilarious. Dallas Goodman, the Royals need to win, so Will Smith gets 4 in a row. Yes, Will Smith, 4 in a row. That's going to be your big thing. 4 in a row for Will Smith. That's the way to go. And Will Lang, thoughts on weather screwing over J-Ram's chance of going 40 for 40? As a Guards fan, I feel irrationally angry. I mean, I thought he already went 40-40, but I mean, he would have gone 40-40-40, I thought. But it's, hold on. Let's, I want to look up Jose Ramirez real quick because I thought he already went 40-40. And MLB wildcard upset special, Detroit over Houston. I can see that. I really can. Yep. Oh, Ramirez didn't do the 40-40. But it was the quietest 40-40 campaign on record. Nobody talked about Jose doing a 40-40. But the game was canceled. They're playing on the 5th. Or probably, yeah, well, they're playing the 5th because they have the bye. But that's just how life goes. But boys, girls, ladies, gentlemen, children of all ages, I want to thank you all for joining me on the shit show. I thought 5 was going to be here, but unfortunately 5 decided to be a bitch. Boo that man. And just for that, I'm going to close with this bald picture because his Mets are going to get his ass kicked by the Braves tomorrow. And Joe Judge, do you miss him yet, 5? Do you miss him yet? Guys, girls, gals, whatever you are, have a good night. I'll see you around. Peace out, yo.